Alrighty, hello bimbos and welcome to today's episode of Dirty Talk, episode 4. We are going to be talking all about age gaps today and what's my opinion on age gaps. One of you beautiful baby bimbos actually commented and asked me to cover this topic underneath my sugar daddy video all about being a sugar baby, how I manifested and attracted a sugar daddy. So if you guys would like to watch that, the video will be featured on the screen now, but otherwise let's get right into today's video. Woo! So age gaps. What exactly is an age gap? An age gap is in a relationship where there are two people of significantly different age groups. So there is a wide range of age between them. I feel like it would be anywhere between like 10 to 40 years, maybe even more of an age gap between people. Personally, I think age gaps cha-ching, completely fine. I feel like there should be no shame really between two people as long as it's consenting adults. That's really important here. There are some instances where I'm kind of like a little bit irked out, like when it comes to like Leonardo DiCaprio and how he dates like an 18-year-old, or like he keeps dating younger like every single year, and I find that to be like a little bit weird. Obviously there can be some issues with dating somebody that's of a different generation than you, aka like generational gaps. Like there's a lot of things that they might know about that you don't know about and vice versa, but I feel like that's also beautiful for a relationship because the two of you can teach one another. But sometimes the differences are just way too big. Like there's just way too big of a difference. But again, that kind of comes down to personality too, and what you've experienced, what you know about sense of humor, you know, music taste, literature, movie taste, like all of that can kind of cause some conflict there. But as long as there's like alignment overall on those levels, I really see like no issue with it. Like I really don't know why some people have a problem. Obviously like grooming, super bad. Like grooming, we are completely against. There should be no instances with minors ever, okay? And I say this for both genders. I feel like one of those connections that really sort of like irked me when it first started, but I've really warmed up to over the years, would be Aaron Taylor Johnson and Sam Taylor Johnson. Aaron Taylor Johnson is literally one of my favorite actors of all time. He's featured in movies like Kick-Ass as the lead, Angus Thongs and Perfect Snogging as the lead, and my favorite movie, and I believe, yeah, Avengers as well. So he's very famous. These two met on the set of Nowhere Boy back in 2009 when Aaron Taylor Johnson was 19 and Sam was 42 years old when they made the movie. And when I first read this, obviously I was baffled because I was a child. I did not understand why a 19-year-old good-looking boy such as himself would want to date somebody that was 42, like had experience, already had children. And it's just such a fascinating and interesting story to me because like I believed as a kid, obviously, like what could be going through his head? Like, why is this happening? He's 19 years old. Like why is he attracted to somebody that's more than half of his age older than him? A lot different, you know, generationally speaking, a lot different. But when I actually did some reading and like digging on it, he was the one that wanted to marry her. It says online that as soon as they finished filming this movie, it was Aaron who actually said, "I'm going to marry you." And at that point, they had never kissed or even been on a date yet. They just had some sort of crazy connection. And she even said that like they had all this chemistry on set, but neither one of them acted on it. They both wanted to be very professional. He basically said that he knew instantly that he wanted to spend his life with her. He wanted to have kids with her. And literally a year after that, in a month after that, they were pregnant with their first child. And since then, they have been together. And I feel like connection has only blossomed and has only grown. I feel like there are several ways to really look at this because like when you're first looking at it, like he is so young. Like how could he know that he wanted to marry this woman? How could he know that he wanted kids when he was literally just starting life? Like he was only 19 years old. But Aaron has commented on this and he said that from a very young age, he knew that he wanted to be a young dad and that he wanted to have a large family, a lot of kids, and he wanted to do it young. And I feel like that's just something that people know. I feel like it's only a little bit weird because like age gaps are just weird to us in general. Like we're like, how could somebody of this certain age fall in love with somebody of this certain age? When in reality, like the people in those connections like sort of see the age, yes, but for the majority of them, it's just the person that they fall in love with. Like it just has to do with the person that they're falling in love with. And it just so happened that this woman perfectly aligned with Aaron Taylor's life and how he wanted things to work out for him. So overall, my opinion on age gaps is like, obviously there are some instances in which they can be really, really weird. Like, you shouldn't just be continuously going back and like dating somebody younger after dating somebody and they get to a certain age. Like, that's weird. Like, that's clearly weird. There's like some sort of underlying weirdness there, like some sort of fixation to the age. However, I have found that people in genuine connections that find each other, that find this love, don't really see the age as like a dilemma or an issue. They just fall in love with each other. Even though this relationship ended really messy and in demise, I like to think about like Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. Like, when they were talking about the beginnings of their relationship, even though there was that age gap there, they connected so heavily on literature and art and movies and all of these things. They loved so many of the similarities and the common things, you know? And so I think that's the biggest thing that we need to all learn and take away from this is age gaps, not weird. Sometimes weird if the person is doing it wrong, but like if the genuine connection is there, then there should be nothing wrong with it. I feel like, yes, there are definitely some gold diggers out there that will just date older guys to get their like income and everything like that. But again, there are some people out there that have kinkier vibes towards like older women, older men, older people, and that's perfectly fine. That's just literally what they prefer. That's what they're into. MILFs and DILFs have become such a huge thing recently as well. I feel like that sort of falls into the age gap era. But overall, I just wanted to say that like my opinion on age gaps, fine. It's okay. I think it's natural as long as like the partners obviously are doing it for the right reasons and they love each other, they find those commonalities. Like, it's something that all of us can kind of warm up to more and realize that like it's just normal. It's just two people falling in love, okay? They just so happen to have a difference in age. But yes, that was my very, very, very quick and brief video all about age gaps, my opinion on them. I'm pro, obviously. I'm pro a lot of things here, you guys. I think you'll be shocked to hear what I'm more pro about in the future. But yes, that's this Dirty Talk episode 4 for you guys. If you guys have any topics or anything that you would like me to cover in the future, it's all fair game here. I'm open to literally talking about anything. Like, literally anything. So let's just get all of our dirty talk out on the table, and I'll see you guys very, very soon, okay? Goodbye.